Woo! What is up, people? This is not our average setup, right? Usually I have my green screen here, whatever, right? This is not my average setup. I got my bare bed in the back, took all my sheets off. Excuse me. Cleaning my room, doing some other stuff. My dog in the back, Coco. Say hi, Coco. Say hi. Give me a five. She doesn't really know how to give high five. I just thought she would for the video, but she don't really know how to give high five. So today, hold on, what are we gonna be doing today? Hold on. Oh, what have we been doing for the last like 6 to 8 months? Okay, guys, I kind of feel like I need to sit down with you guys and explain what's been going on for the last like 6 to 8 months of my life. It's kind of been a hectic journey. I'll be very honest with you. Every time I've tried to explain this to somebody else, like at work or like outside of that, it's crazy. They're like, "What? This happened?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Shit gets real. Shit gets crazy." You guys might have seen some clips that I might have uploaded as shorts without context, but today you guys are gonna get the full story. So this starts off kind of mid 2021. I'm gonna start this off. Where do we want to start this? Fuck, where do we start this? All right, let's start in 2021. When I first graduated high school, or 2020 when I first graduated high school. I graduated in 2020, right? As soon as I graduated high school in 2020, I got moved to the south side of San Antonio, where I currently am right now. If you guys do not know about the south side of San Antonio, it's pretty fucking boring. I'll be honest with you. San Antonio is a cool city, but the south side is pretty boring. But once I moved here, after graduation, mind you, I had no friends, I knew no one, and I had started a new job. After starting that new job, I had eventually saved up enough money to invest it into an e-commerce business, which is what I proceeded to do. And it turned out rather successfully. I'll insert some screenshots here, up there. I managed to grow it to over 3,000 a month at the age of, I think, 18, 19, something like that. Getting to the point of eventually I hit 2K in one day. I did $2,000 in revenue in one day on what was it, Shopify drop shipping. At the time I was drop shipping. I was selling rings to rednecks. As crazy as that sounds, if I can find some crazy screenshots, I'll put them up there. Yeah, I was selling rings to rednecks, and that was kind of my business model. From there, I did that for a while successfully. To be honest, I really don't know how this part happened, but I guess my mother, she's a military. My mom's in the military, mind you. My mom's been in the military at this point 7-8 years. She recently got out last year, but at that point she had been in the military, and she was still in the military. And you know, like every parent, they want their kid to do something well. At this point, I'm about 19. I think I had taken like a year to like figure out what I was gonna do, right? So my mom, this is kind of the point where I was getting kind of like pressured to be like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do school, blah blah blah." It got to the point where my mom essentially kind of threatened to make me join the military. I'll be real. She essentially said, "If you don't join, you're basically getting kicked out." And I'm like, okay, that's one ultimatum, you know, that's one way to do it. But at this time I was running my e-commerce business, and to me this does not make any sense, because at the time I was about 19. I was making profit over 2,000 a month at this point. So it was, I was cool. At the time I had basically 2 jobs too. When I first started my business, I was working at Lowe's. What happened? I was working at Lowe's, saved that money, still doing my e-commerce business. So I was making like $2,000 a month on top of whatever I was making at Lowe's. So like I was doing well. She did not see that as a real job, because in her mind she just sees me in my room. And this is when I quit my job at Lowe's, because I was literally making way more money with my business. All right, so quit my job at Lowe's. She saw that as not a real job for some reason, and she essentially said, you know, either you can leave or you can join the military. And I liked my house, so I was like, okay, I'll join the military. Mind you, I did not want to join the fucking military, bro. That was the last thing I wanted to do with my life. I didn't want to join the military. I didn't want to do any of that. Who wants to join the military, bro? Let's be real. Who wants to join the military if they don't have to? The only reason I would have joined was to pay for college. Mind you, there's a lot of things in the background that kind of made me not want to do this. When I was younger, my mother told me she would pay for my college, and then she kind of switched it on me when I got older. So that kind of made a conflict in my head of like, okay, you told me this, but now I'm kind of being forced to do this, and then you're saying you're going to kick me out if I don't do this. So in my head, it was very unfair, and I still think it's unfair to this day. But that's what happened. She threatened to basically go to the military, get out. And then after that, after me agreeing to join, we started the process. I started the process January 7th. January 7th, I started the process, and I shipped out December 7th. So it took me a whole year. but that's beside the point. The next step of this story is I get a girlfriend, right? The way I get this girlfriend, I'm debating. I've always debated with this story if I want to use real names or not, and I don't really give a fuck. Her name was Leslie. Anyone who knows me or knows me from Kansas or whatever, you might have known any of these stories, but the girl's name was Leslie, right? And the way we met in Kansas when I was younger. To preface this, I'm a military kid. Like I said before, I moved around a lot. I lived in a lot of states, and I met this girl in Kansas, right? So we met in Kansas. We got very familiar with each other in Kansas, right? Got very close to each other in Kansas, I would say. We ended up moving to separate states, and me not knowing, after I had graduated, I was looking through my Instagram, scrolling down. I see something on my story. I click it, and it's her, you know, like my childhood friend. It's her. So like anyone would, I think I slide up. You know what I'm saying? She was looking like a snizzy snack. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. She looked real good. I'm not gonna lie. So I slid in those DMs, and the rest is history. I'm not gonna cap. Oh shit, my bad. My dog's right below me while I tell this story because she's crazy. Yeah, she was looking like a snack. I slid up. We ended up talking. She comes over. We ended up chilling pretty regularly. She would come over pretty regularly. We'd smoke. We'd chill. Watch a lot of movies. Get to know each other. Talk about stuff that happened when we were kids. And it was a really great time. I'm not gonna lie. But things started to fall apart very quickly. I realized this girl had a lot of problems that she was not telling me about. I quickly realized that maybe a relationship was not the best thing. And I realized this early on, within like 2 months. She had tried to cheat on me once, and from there, in my head, as fucked as this sounds, my game plan was like, okay, I'm gonna stay with this chick and just cheat on her back. Terrible game plan, right? I know, terrible fucking game plan, but that's what I was thinking at the time, and I didn't do it. I couldn't do it. That's not what I do. Me personally, I got a conscience. I just can't. Cheating on people is just not what I can do. It's just not in me. Have I physically cheated on someone before? No, actually, I had to think about that. Fuck no, I haven't. I'm not gonna lie. I've had things where I've texted people, or I've done shit. I don't even know what I mean. Honestly, I think I've just texted people before. But physically cheating on someone, I've never done that. And I don't think I can. I'd have a really bad conscience because I've been cheated on before too. So like, I kind of know how that feels. But yeah, I get this girlfriend. I help her get this job at Raising Cane's. This is going well for a while. And at this point, I ended up selling my website because this girl had taken up so much of my time. This relationship was just overall toxic. The girl fucking was crazy. She had like issues with her parents. She would like flip on people. She had really bad anger issues in the beginning at me, at her fucking grandparents. She would go off on people. I generally don't even know. My friends would even ask me. The relationship was so bad, my friends would ask me, hey, why haven't you broken up with this girl yet? And I would look at them and be like, fuck if I know, bro. Like, I'm be real with you. I think I was just pussy whipped. I'll be real honest. It was nice. I'm not gonna lie. Shit was nice. I'm not gonna lie. All right, but look. So yeah, I help her get this job at Raising Cane's. Gets the job. Things are going well for a while. We go on a date one day. We go on a date to the movies. I forgot which movie we were gonna see. All I know is it was some superhero related movie, probably like an Avengers something. I don't fucking know, something like that. And we go to the movies. Everything goes well. Having a good date night, right? I pass out in the fucking movie theater because I was tired. I don't know why. I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna go to sleep, I know it early and I just prepare. I'm just like, all right, as soon as I get a little tired, my eyes start to blink a little bit, I already know I'm not gonna make it through this shit. It's just gonna be me. It's gonna be me fighting the urge to pass the fuck out through this movie. So I pass out. She wakes me up at the end of the movie. We go home. When I say home, this is not my house, but we go to her grandparents' house because I think we were there before. We were chilling at her crib. So we're chilling at her grandparents' house. She has her room there, whatever, because we're both 19. We still stay. I stay with my parents at the time. She stays with her grandparents. Yeah, we pull up back there. We're chilling. And she goes to the bathroom. We set up another movie because I don't know what we were watching. It was like a binge movie type of thing today. She goes to the bathroom. We laid up in the bed for a little bit. And for some reason, I forgot to say this too. The relationship was falling to shit, but the trust issues were terrible. Like, this girl, there were so many signs I had a million fucking signs not to date this chick, bro. A million. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell a few stories, and I'm gonna put timestamps in this video so you guys can skip forward, but I'm gonna tell you some crazy fucking stories. This is gonna be a complete sidetrack, but listen to this, dude. I'm gonna make these a little quick too because they can get real deep. One time we had an argument. She had text, I think I thought she texted this one dude or something like that. And I think I have texted the dude to see like what they were talking. I don't know, something. I had texted a dude of some sort to ask him like about her, right? Because I've had to do this before. Because she's a fucking liar, bro. She's a fucking liar. I had to figure, like, she was the type of person, she would lie directly to your face and only tell the truth. Matter of fact, she wouldn't even tell the truth. You could have the evidence fucking splayed out in front of her. She would not tell the truth. She wouldn't, bro. That's just how, that's the type of person she is, right? But yeah, that's fucking dude, right? So I talk to this fucking dude. I tell her I talk to the dude, right? She blows up about it. She blows up about it for a second, and then she acts strangely calm. Like, she goes from fucking blowing up to, you know what I'm saying? Like to on some Get Out shit. That white chick from Get Out on that type shit. And I'm like, you good? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. She goes to the bathroom. This is not the other part. The main story is paused. This is a side story, right? She goes to the bathroom after this slight little argument. Mind you, before she goes to the bathroom, mind you, more context on this. I usually carry a knife with me. I don't have it with me right now because I have pajamas on, but I usually carry a hunting knife with me. I'm a country ass nigga. I carry a hunting knife, right? And I usually carve sticks and all types of shit because I'm a country ass nigga, and I like to leave trinkets and shit for memories and shit because I'm a real ass nice ass nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? So I would carve her knives and sticks and all types of weird shit, leave them on her dresser, right? So I didn't really think anything, right? She goes to the bathroom. She comes back. And she gives me this whole speech about how I shouldn't have to deal with her bullshit and this and that, and this long drawn out speech and all blah, 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 right? So mind you, we're cuddling up after that. I'm touching up on her, and then I come up and I feel something. I feel like a little scar on her thigh. I lift her little shorts up. I look. I'm like, did you cut yourself with the little stick? Because I saw she was fucking with the little stick earlier. I'm like, oh, you cut yourself with the little stick? She's like, yeah. Touch her a little bit more. Boom, 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 boom. Hella fucking scars, bro. Mind you, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how do you get all these scars? And mind you, these scars are fresh. I'm not stupid. I know these scars are fresh because I'm not retarded. So I look at them. I'm like, did you cut yourself in the fucking bathroom? How'd you do that? How did you? And I look, and I'm like, oh, this bitch cut herself with my knife. I'm like, bitch, did you cut yourself with my knife in your bathroom? Over me catching you doing some. Next story. All right, I got y'all. All right, so this is like the first month, right? We're chilling up in her bed. She's laid up on my chest. Boom. For some reason, she feels like I don't trust her because I don't. And because I don't. But she's laid up on my chest. She like offers me her phone to go through it. And I have never went through her phone up until this point, right? This is like a month or two in the relationship. I didn't really care because me personally, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to go through your phone. I'm not going to do any of that bullshit. I don't really give a fuck. If I got to do all that, I'm going to break up with you, right? Mind you, in this relationship, it got so toxic that she offered. So I did it. I did it. So she was like, oh, you know, I leave my phone unlocked so you can go through it and all this. And I'm like, I've never went through your phone, bitch. I don't care. But she hands me her phone. We're going through it together. She's laid on my chest. Boom. And I'm scrolling through her chats. I click this one dude's chat, right? I get to it. I click it. I slide it open, right? I begin to read, right? And as I begin to read, I don't even read one word. And all you see is her fat ass fucking finger slide across the goddamn screen. This bitch closed the message on me. She closed the message on a nigga, bro. I'm over here reading. She offered me her phone to go through it. Bro, she pulled the Uno reverse card. She offered me her phone to go through it. I find some shit, and then she closes the message. When I tell you I flipped out, I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I didn't say bitch, obviously, but I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're right. I'm right here. What? And she's like, oh, I want you to trust me, and you should trust me, and I want you to trust me. And she starts crying, G, after she closed the message on me. So that's just two quick ass stories. I could give you another one about how she damn near flipped out on her grandma at dinner one time. We come back home, this bitch runs to the garage and just screams. Like, she lets off a belching scream. You would have thought a fucking wyvern was in there for all my nerd niggas. That's a dragon for all you normal people. Shit was crazy. But back to the main story. All right, we're back. Main story. So she goes to the bathroom, right? And as she goes to the bathroom, she left her Apple Watch on the little charging station, right? There's a charging station by her TV. She left the Apple Watch in the charging station, and something in my head, something just went off. Just a light bulb. Dang, right? Go through her shit, nigga. Go through her shit. Go through her shit. And I went through her shit. And let me tell you, I didn't like what the fuck I found, nigga. Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. Yeah. So I go through her Apple Watch, and I found out this girl has been cheating on me. Not just with a chicken flipper from fucking Cane's, but this nigga's still in high school. We're both 19. You know, I use the real name, and this is very personal detail. I don't really care. The bitch lied to me about it anyway. She lied to me. I was her boyfriend. The bitch lied to me about it. But when I first started dating her, I assumed the bitch was out of high school. I assumed she was out of high school. This bitch was not out of high school. This bitch was 19, still in high school. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? So she explains to me she dropped out, whatever. She comes back, whatever. But yeah, so long story short, the bitch is cheating on me with a high schooler. And she was a pedophile. Apparently she was a pedophile. I mean, I was 19, she was 19. The nigga she cheated on me with was 17. Nigga, what? But fast forward, she comes back in the room. I throw this shit up in her face. Boom. I didn't smack her, but like, you know, I throw it in her face. Boom. And fucking, she's giving me the this, you know, the bullshit, right? You know, she tried to lie her way out of it. But here's one fact I will tell you guys, and I'm very down bad about this till this day. After she came back into the room, I threw this in her face. We're already going, blah, blah, blah. I fucked her twice. After that, I'm not gonna lie. Two times, same day. And then I left. I swear to God, I piped her twice, left. And then after that, it's as even more down bad as this is gonna sound, I still kept fucking this bitch. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it was me. This guy was the dummy. This guy right here, this one, me. So yeah, we break up, blah blah blah. Whole thing goes whatever. I still keep fucking this chick. Yeah, it's just like a sad affair. Like, it's slowly just less and less, and it's just like, it's just, you know how that gets. I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever just kept having sex with one of your exes after y'all broken up, but eventually it's just like, it's like, damn, this is sad. This is just sad. I don't know the exact date, but she hits me up one day and she's like, hey, we gotta talk. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, can I meet you later? And I'm like, okay. And me, I'm not really thinking this is anything much, because like, she's done this before. She's like, oh, I want to talk. And I'm like, okay. She'll pull up on me and we'll talk, chop it up, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, okay. She comes, we're chilling, and we're talking, and yeah, it probably is what you're thinking. She tells me she's pregnant. Yeah, she tells me she is pregnant. I take it how I take it. I'm like, okay. But mind you, before we talked about, or before anything happened, we both had talked about this. So we had talked about, like, you know, kids and, you know, all that bullshit we would do. And we had agreed, like, no kids, right? So eventually, as emotional as it got, when we first found out, she was already about at 6 weeks. And I don't know if you guys know, but in Texas, at 6 weeks, you cannot get an abortion. Like, I don't know if it's illegal, but they cannot provide any abortion assistance, and we live in Texas. Yeah, she tells me she's pregnant. Eventually, we decide to get the abortion. Hard decision, not gonna lie, hard decision. And we had agreed on it before this ever happened. But you know how things get emotional around this time, and it just goes to shit. Everybody has emotions. Everyone gets emotional, especially the woman in the circumstance. But eventually, we had settled on the abortion. And to get the abortion, we were going to have to drive to El Paso, fucking Texas. So the abortion, it came out and settled. Total, all in all, $2,200. Ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, ridiculous as fuck. For a 19-year-old to pay. I pay that out of my own pocket, mind you. Like, pay, like, this is like, that was like $2,200, like, out of my own pocket. Shit's crazy. My car was fucked up. I had to get a car. I had to get a rental car. I had to fucking get the hotel, everything, dude. So yeah, so at this point, we had both agreed on the abortion. We're on the way to El Paso. On the way to El Paso, things are good. We're not, at this point, we're not on bad terms. We both kind of agreed to this. We're not really on bad terms at this point. We're chilling. We're on there. We get to the hotel. Things are going well. We're watching Squid Games. This is around the time. This is literally the same week Squid Game came out, got real popular. Squid Game came out. We were watching it together, and after everything gets done, the whole abortion process, whatever. The last day at the hotel, I was on the phone with my friend. His name is Jeremiah. Jeremiah, if you're watching this video, which you probably are, you know what I'm talking about because I told you about this after it fucking happened. I was on the phone with my friend Jeremiah. We're both in, me and the girl Les, we were both beside each other in bed. Obviously, we were like cuddling, sleeping together. I'm explaining to him, like, you know, just normal guy stuff. He's like, where you at? And I'm like, El Paso. And I don't tell him what it's for. I don't tell him it's for an abortion. I didn't tell him. I didn't tell anybody this time. I didn't tell anybody at this time, mind you. So I get up. I'm on the phone. She's chilling. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just take this call downstairs. There's a pool downstairs. So I'll go downstairs. I have a little blunt with me. I go down. I go by the pool. I finish my call. I smoke my blunt. And I come back up. I have my key with me, mind you. I come back up. I put my key in the door. I turn the door knob. I turn the doorknob. The door is not opening. I say, huh? Does my key not work? Put it in again. I turn. It opens. But you know how hotel fucking rooms are. They have the little lock you can do from the inside. And that comes up. And I say, what the fuck? I'm like, is somebody breaking my room? And I'm like, Leslie. And all I hear is fucking sobbing, crying. And I'm like, what the fuck is she crying? I'm like, bro, what are you crying for? I'm like, what's wrong? All I hear is, you told your friend about the abortion. And I'm like, no. Me and this nigga were talking. I don't even remember what we were talking about, to be honest. I'm like, bro, me and this nigga were talking about blah, 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 whatever the fuck. So, and I went downstairs to smoke my shit, whatever. So basically in her head, to sum this whole argument up, she basically thought when I went downstairs to go smoke my shit and finish my phone call, she thought I was going downstairs to talk about an abortion. I was not. He didn't find out about this abortion. I don't even know when, but like it wasn't very soon. I didn't really tell anybody until like a while after, right? Until I figured she was kind of telling people too. Mind you, she was telling, bro, the crazy part about this is she did that, but later she was telling some dude about the fucking abortion. This girl was very contradictory, but yeah, that happened. And later that day, she had basically just tried to lock me out of the hotel room, and this is around the time we had to check out. Because everything was done. We just had to leave. Like, this is the same day we were leaving. This whole call thing. I come back to my room and she wants to lock me out and shit. It gets to the point where she doesn't even want to let me in the room. She's still screaming. She's still sobbing. She doesn't want to let me in the room. I don't know what she thinks is going to happen because I drove us here. Like, what do you think we're going to fucking do here? Like, stay another day? Like, no, the reservation's up. I'm not paying for another day. It gets to the point where I damn near have to get hotel security. I bring them up there with me and I'm like, yeah, she doesn't want to fucking open the door. Like, I'm not dealing with this shit, bro. Like, I will leave this bitch here. On some real shit, I was pissed off. I'm like, bro, I will leave this girl here. I'm an asshole. I'm not dealing with that shit. So the hotel security, they go up, they open the door. Voila, it fucking opens. She finally decided to fucking open the door. Okay, so after this hotel door room opens up, we have to reconcile. We get in there, we kind of talk it out. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happened. We kind of prepare to leave that day. We get up, we get all our stuff. We're preparing to leave. We start leaving. We're on the road back to San Antonio. Even on the car ride back, I don't know what the fuck was in her head. Like, say I'm driving, right? I'm cruising. Boom. She keeps turning down the radio to zero, absolute zero. I'm like, why are you turning the radio down? She's like, put your headphones in. Mind you, we're in a car that I had to pay for. So I'm like, I'm not putting headphones in a car that I fucking paid for. I'm not gonna say you're stupid, but are you ridiculous? That makes no sense. So she keeps doing that. I literally pull over to the side of the road. I swear to God, I pull over to the side of the highway, El Paso, Texas. I'm like, look, I will let you out of this car right now. I'm not dealing with this shit. Like, bro, you can get out. I'm done with you. Like, it's over. Like, I don't know what you want here, but I'm not dealing with this shit. She sees where this is going. She stops doing her bullshit. We get back to San Antonio, drop her off to her house. We go our separate ways. I think this is a GTA mission done, mission complete. I gotta walk back into my house now. But one thing I have not mentioned, one of these charges appeared on my debit card. So I didn't talk about how I paid for this. This is all out of pocket. So the whole trip was around $2,200 I paid, my credit card limit at the time was $1,800. I had to max out my fucking credit card because I didn't want to pay the $2,100 cash through my debit card because my debit card was linked through my mother's account so she could kind of see my transactions. And that's where I kind of got fucked. So I get home, I walk through my door. My mom's acting cool. She's acting a little nicer than she usually would. I can tell something's up, right? I can tell my mom's a little different. She's acting a little nicer. A day goes by, she doesn't ask me anything. And I walk into the kitchen with some food. I walk back, like I'm walking towards my room. She calls me. She's like, hey, let's talk. And I'm like, I don't want to talk. And I'm like, I don't want to talk. Because I kind of think I already know what this is about. Because the charge on my card literally said women's clinic. So she knows what this is about. So yeah, she calls me in to talk. Words were exchanged. And yeah, she told me to get out.